Alright boys, so today I want to share with you guys top 10 best and rare spots in Blackout, and trust me, these spots are really good for getting easy wins in Blackout. You'll know what I mean in just a little bit, and let's get right into this video. If you are a non-Fortnite player watching this video, then absolutely like and subscribe. We're gonna be on top of Black Ops 4 and it helps out a ton, so absolutely subscribe if you are new. But coming in at our number 10 spot. Now all what I want you guys to do is that just make sure that the chopper is not in the direction of these areas. Like I said, I will have 10 areas or spots on this list, and all you need to do is just make sure the chopper is not in the direction and you're absolutely good to go. And again, I'm gonna have 10 spots, so you can always choose any spots that I'm gonna have on this list. And here's the thing, this area is in between train station and firing range, and normally someone would always think about going to train station or firing range or somewhere else, because those are the major spots, those are the hot areas, but they would not think about getting here. And this area is really good. I mean, I'm gonna have the gameplay running in the background, and you can see I'm just getting all the loot and all of the good stuff, and you can always progress through and you can start setting up on the map, and basically without any distraction, because there would be no one on these areas, you know what I mean? And the good thing about this area specifically is that it is right in the middle on the map. So if the circle is in the north area or to the right or to the left or in the southern area on the map, you will have no problem getting there, because there will always gonna be some ADV around these areas, or maybe a truck or something like that. And on top, this area is in the middle, so you won't have to run that much. And once again, here we got a bunch of houses, but if you progress, you will find more houses. And if you ever decide to go to firing range or train station, there wouldn't be that many players there, because they would have most likely gotten killed by someone else, so there would be less players there, or there most likely not gonna be anyone whenever you decide to go at these areas. So this area is my personal favorite and comes at our number 10 spot. Now coming in at our number 9 spot, now check this out. This spot is one of my favorite as well. I mean, obviously it is on my list, right? But it is one of my favorite because, as you guys can see, this one is very close to the chopper direction, and you would think that more people would spawn here, but not many people would consider going here because it is near the Rivertown. Rivertown is a lot of houses, right? We all know that, but this one is right across the bridge, and not many people would think about coming up in here. And there is a lot of good amount of loot. I just got the rampart, and I'm gonna go ahead and just get a bunch of other weapons and ammos and med packs and all of that good stuff. And you can see that there are a bunch of houses. I'm just gonna be skipping gameplay a little bit here and there, so you get the point. I got the Titan as well, and there is a trauma kit, you know what I mean? I feel like Ty Lopez, like here in my garage I got the trauma kit. Overall, this is a very good spot. Not many people would land there, especially if the chopper is in the same direction. But if the chopper is not in the direction, then this is pretty much gonna be a ghost town, and you can pretty much get up in here and get whatever you want and then progress through, and then you can set up and basically try to get a win. And this is just gonna give you a lot of time to kind of progress, if you know what I mean. But moving on to number 8. Now at our number 8, this area is right between Rivertown and Fracking Tower, and ladies and gentlemen, this one is another one of my favorite area. You can see we got some big houses up in here, and you will have no problem finding good amount of loot. I said that if you're coming up in here solo, you will have no problem whatsoever. I mean, if you come up in here duo, then you might run into some issues, because there might be another duo squad that might spawn up in here. But if you come up in here when there is a chopper not like in the direction, then you will have no problem whatsoever. And I'm just around here getting everything that I want without any problem whatsoever. And this is just another one of those areas that is super rare. No one would think about coming up in here. Now at our number 7 spot, this spot is right between estates and construction site, and once again the chopper is very much close to the direction. And like I always say, you want to make sure the chopper is not in the same direction or close by, but for the video purposes I just want to test it out and make sure that people don't go there, you know what I mean? And I tested out, and you can see that we got a bunch of houses here, and no one would think about coming up in here. First of all, I come up in these like two big houses, and then I go at the bottom, and then I just try to find stuff, and then I try to move on and things like that. And like I said, there are always ADVs around these areas because Treyarch made sure that if you go at these rare spots, you have something that can get you from point A to point B fast. But these two houses didn't give me too much. But once again, this is another rare spot on the map where no one would go. But this spot works because you can get here, get whatever you want, and you will have good amount of time to set up on the map and try to get somewhere safe and make sure you're in the circle and things like that. So this spot comes at our number 7 spot. Now at my number 6 spot, this area is very close to estates, but it's not like very close. It's kind of like in the middle, and there's also a secret spot that most people know at this point in time, but I will still share with you guys. But it is very close to construction side. It is very much in the middle of estates, train station, and the construction side. And here you can see I'm just pointing out every single like little house here because you can always go there from here as well. But you want to absolutely land up in here, and you got a bunch of houses once again. And once you're done loading everything that you can always move to other areas as well. And I'm gonna show you guys the secret spot that I found during the beta. I made a video about it, but now everyone kind of knows it. And more often than not, there will be a chopper here, and this is a military base. There will be a lot of loot. All right, this area is really good if you want to come up in here with a squad. But the problem is I was playing in solo and there was someone who shot me down. So now this area or this spot is not that secretive. So just wanted to show you guys regardless though. But both of these spots comes at our number 6 spot. Now coming in at our number 5 spot, you can see that the chopper is kind of nearby the location, and I'm gonna go to the gym. Now gym is not like the main spot at my number 5 spot. I'm gonna show you guys other spots as well. Basically it's gonna be this whole area, so just make sure the chopper is not in the same direction and you can go to the gym. And sometimes there will be a mystery box, so you can get a ton of loot there. And you can see there is just bunch of houses there, but the ones that I'm talking about are gonna be across the river. But when you go across the river, you will have other houses as well, and in these boat houses you have a lot of loot as well. I got like 2 RC cars, and you know that RC cars can help you out. Basically you can hide yourself and start using those RC cars and they will help you out. But across the river we have bunch of little houses as well, and I do not see a lot of people going here, you know what I mean? So it's another one of those rare spots. Now once again, if the chopper is on top of it or it's going in the same direction, then people will start landing here because these areas are good for loot. But if the chopper is not in the direction, then no one will think about coming up in here. Now at my number 4 spot, I want to just list the whole hydro dam here, but more so these little 3 spots or these like houses or shelters, whatever you guys want to call it, right? So these little houses are very close to hydro dam, and you can land there and then you can start progressing and you can go inside the hydro dam. You can go in the back of the hydro dam if you want to. The circle is very close, and if you find an ADV, I believe I found an ADV in my game. But these spots are really good, but they are not good for the loot. So keep in mind, if you're coming up in this spot, it's not really good for the loot, but it's gonna help you out and it's gonna give you time to set up on the map. And here I found the ABR and an ADV which is nearby, as you guys can see. So overall I was pretty happy with the weapons I got and the loot that I got, and this just allowed me to set up on the map. Now at our number 3 spot, I'm talking about the Nuketown island. Now check this out. A lot of people will think that people would go there, but trust me when I say this is all just reverse psychology BS like that, because not many people would go there, especially if the chopper is not in the direction. You will maybe see like 2 or 3 people going there. But here's the thing, this is a big island, so you're not gonna run into gunfights, you're not gonna run into issues. You can go to Nuketown island, you will have a lot of loot. You can go inside the bunker as well, there's gonna be a ton of loot there as well. So Nuketown island is just that map that a lot of people will think that people would go there, but at the same time, because of this, people would think about not going there. So you can always go to Nuketown island as well, and it comes at over number 3 spot. Now at our number 2, once again I made sure that the chopper was kind of like close by, because the gameplay is for video purposes and I want to make sure that not many people go there. And even if the chopper is very near to this spot that I have on the list, people would not think about coming up in here. And once again, you want to make sure the chopper is not really close to these areas. Once again, I have 10 spots on the list, so you can always choose any of the spots that I got on the list. But this one is very good because it's nearby the patrol station and you will always find an ADV or a truck there. And we got 5 or 6 houses, and you can see as I'm landing here, there's just a bunch of houses there. So if you do not find everything you want, you can always progress, you can always go around and start like getting things you want and start setting up on the map. This is personally one of my favorite spots because I see absolutely no one coming up in here. I got the level 2 armor, I'm pretty good with the weapons, and then I move on to the other spots. I even got the mastercraft weapon, not the mastercraft, but like the I'm not sure what's the correct term, the mastery weapon. I have the vapor fully loaded with all the good attachments, and I found the truck as well. This whole area is really good. It's pretty much like a ghost town, so you can always come up in here and it's gonna give you a good amount of loot. But at our number 1 spot, obviously I have to choose one of the location that is kind of between factory and Yemen. That was a map in Black Ops 2. I'm not sure if you called it Yemen or not, but this area is really good because here you will always find ADVs, because this area is kind of super underrated. It's desert area, right? So you always need something to transport yourself from point A to point B. And here we got a bunch of houses. We also got the turbines, and inside the turbines you can always find something as well. This area is not really good for the loot, but it is super underrated, and basically no one would think about coming up in here because it's not like crazy good for the loot, but you will have all the time in the world to go everywhere. I mean, there are a bunch of little houses, and trust me when I say this, when you're going around you will find everything you need, right? And you're gonna be good to go. And all of these spots that I got on the list will absolutely help you out to get easy wins and things like that. But let me know which one is your favorite spot in the comments below. Like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. We're gonna be on top of Black Ops 4. Check out some other videos on the screen, and I will see you in the next one.